Hey there guys, it's Sean Johnny, your trusted realtor, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have a look at some of the most asked questions that come up in real estate. But first, if you'd like to be one of the first people to know about real estate news, see great home tours, buying and selling tips, neighborhood videos, and all the other great things we provide here on the channel, then please subscribe. Remember, I'm working with people like you every day, and whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 9 years, let's start a relationship now, and when the time is right, hopefully I can be there to assist you. Now let's get started answering some of the most asked questions in real estate. So who pays the buyer's agent? Now typically the seller will pay the commission of both their agent and the buyer's agent. The old standard is the seller will pay a total of 5% commission, 2.5% of that will go to the selling agent, and 2.5% of that will go to the buying agent. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that when you sign a buyer's representation agreement with your agent to represent you as a buyer, it will guarantee that he gets paid a set percentage. So maybe it'll say he's going to get 2.5%. Now, normally the seller will be offering out the same amount or the same percentage as they're going to pay, and they'll pay everything. But in some cases, the seller may only be willing to offer a lesser amount. And if that's the case, you could be on the hook for the difference because you've guaranteed your realtor that amount. So I would say in 99% of the cases you don't have to worry about this, but let's just be aware of that possibility. How much does it cost to list a house in the GTA? Now to start with, your biggest expense is going to be your commission, right? So the commission rate, that is negotiable. The old standard is 5%, 2.5% to the buying agent and 2.5% to the selling agent. Now you're going to be able to negotiate a little bit, depending on the services that you want offered from the selling agent, and maybe you can knock that down a bit. But the gold standard is 5% commission for a full service brokerage. And please remember there's HST on your commissions, so that's going to be something you have to factor in as well. Now on top of that, there's whatever it costs you to get the house ready. Do you need to have the house staged? Is that something your realtor is offering, or is that something that's on your expense? Are you going to have the house painted? Or are you going to have repairs done? Now all those are going to be added costs to get the house ready to sell and hopefully get a higher number, but those are costs that you're going to have to budget, right? And then finally, you need a lawyer to close. So when you eventually sell the house and you come to closing date, you're going to have to pay a lawyer to close the sale. That's a couple $1,000s. And as well, there's going to be the cost of moving. So you're going to have to factor in your moving expenses as well, right? So, again, moving, the lawyer, repairs and updates to the house, and then your biggest expense is paying the real estate agent to hopefully sell and get you a really great price. So another question is, does a seller have to accept an offer if I give him full price or greater than full price? And the answer to that is no. A seller does not ever have to accept an offer. It's completely up to them. So if they list their house for $2 million and you offer them $2.2 million, they can say no, that's not what they were looking for. That's not the number that they were hoping to get. Totally up to the seller. It's their house, and they're going to decide what amount they're going to take, right? And just think about it, especially in the community I'm in, the GTA, we have a lot of multiple offers. Well, a lot of times someone is offering the house at a lower number in hopes of getting above that number. Now, if we're offering it $1 million, maybe we're hoping to get to $1.3 million. If we only get to $1.2 million, well, that technique would be silly to try if he had to sell the house, right? So you only have to sell the house if it's a number that you feel comfortable with, regardless of how much over the asking price it is. So the next question is if I'm in a multiple offer situation, will I automatically get the opportunity to increase the amount that I've put in on my first offer? And the answer is no, you don't automatically get that chance. So what happens is the sellers are in control and they make the rules of the game, right? So, quite often your agent, the buyer's agent, should be reaching out to the seller's agent to see how they will be conducting the offer presentations. Will they be giving everyone a second chance? Will they only be giving a few people, like the highest offers, the second chance? Or will it just be a one-shot deal? Again, all of that is directed by how the seller feels they would best like to sell their house. So, typically what we'll say is if we have 10 or 15 offers, it's impossible to give everyone a second chance. So we'll tell them no, only the top few offers. If they're close, will be given an opportunity to improve. Now, if you only have 2 or 3 offers on the house, well then maybe everybody's going to get a chance, right? But this is something that you need to reach out to the listing agent beforehand to ensure that you know the rules of the game that have been established by the seller, so that you know if you're going to get a second chance to improve your offer and add a little bit more money. I want to thank you for joining me today on the station to answer some of the most asked questions in real estate. If you learned anything today, if you enjoyed the video, I'd love for you to share it around, hit the like button. Again, if you could subscribe, I would do all of those things for you. Okay? So until our next video, stay well, and if you have any questions or you'd like to get in touch, all my details are listed in the comments below.